When you hold a rare coin, you're holding a piece of history. It's not just a chunk of metal with a number on it, it's a story. And let me tell you, the story of Hong Kong coins is one of the most exciting out there. We're talking about a tiny island that became a global powerhouse, and its money reflects every twist and turn of that journey. From imperial Chinese cash coins to British silver dollars, from wartime emergency currency to modern commemorative pieces, each coin is a snapshot of its time. You can see the rise and fall of empires, the blending of cultures, and the incredible resilience of a city that has always punched above its weight. That's what makes these coins so special. For collectors, especially folks back in the States, Hong Kong coins are a fascinating window into a different world. It's a world tied to our own history through trade, conflict, and finance. You see a coin with Queen Victoria's face on it, and you're instantly transported to the 19th century when the British Empire was at its peak. Then you see another coin with a Chinese dragon, and you're reminded of the deep ancient culture that has always been the bedrock of the region. It's this mix of East and West that really gets people excited. It's not just about collecting, it's about understanding how our modern world was shaped, one transaction at a time. You know, in my business, we see all kinds of stuff come through the door. But when someone brings in a truly rare coin, the whole shop stops. It's because we know we're looking at something that has survived for decades, maybe even centuries. It's passed through countless hands, witnessed incredible events, and somehow ended up right here. That's the magic of numismatics, the study of coins. And when it comes to Hong Kong, the stories are just epic. We're talking about warlords, empresses, and global trade wars, all captured on these tiny metal discs. It's a treasure hunt that spans continents and centuries. Today, on December 29, 2025, the hunt for these treasures is hotter than ever. American collectors are getting in on the action, realizing that these coins are not only beautiful historical artifacts, but also serious investments. Auction houses in Hong Kong are smashing records, with single coins selling for hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars. It's a market driven by passion, history, and the thrill of the chase. So, let's dive in and take a journey through time. We'll look at how this little fishing village's currency became some of the most sought-after numismatic treasure in the world. You never know what you're gonna find. Before Hong Kong became the city we know today, it was a pretty quiet place, a collection of fishing villages on the coast of China, but it was still part of a massive trade network, and where there's trade, there's money. Back then there was no single Hong Kong currency. Instead, it was a real mishmash. People used what was available. The most common things you'd see were Chinese cash coins, those little round coins with the square hole in the middle. They had been used in China for thousands of years, so they were familiar and trusted. But that was just the beginning of the story, because all sorts of other money was floating around. As European traders started showing up more and more, they brought their own money with them. The most popular by far was the Spanish silver dollar, often called a piece of eight. These were big, heavy silver coins minted in the Americas, and they became the international currency of their day. Sailors, merchants, and pirates all used them. So in a place like Hong Kong, you'd have a local fisherman trying to sell his catch, and he might get paid in Chinese cash coins, Spanish silver, or even Indian rupees. It was a chaotic system. There was no standard, which made trade complicated and often unfair. This messy situation created a lot of problems. How do you figure out a fair exchange rate between a Chinese bronze coin and a Mexican silver dollar? It was a constant headache for merchants. You had to be a currency expert just to do business. This is why when the British officially took control of Hong Kong in 1842, one of their first big challenges was to create a stable, reliable, monetary system. They knew that for the port to grow into the major financial center they envisioned, it needed its own official money. The old way of doing things just wasn't going to cut it for their grand ambitions. So, in these early days, the currency landscape was like the Wild West. It was a free-for-all where anything of value could be used as money. This period is fascinating for collectors, because finding any of these foreign coins that can be proven to have circulated in Hong Kong at that time is incredibly difficult. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. These coins don't say Hong Kong on them, so their history is often hidden. But they are the foundation, the very first chapter in Hong Kong's long and complicated numismatic story, setting the stage for the dramatic changes that were to come. When the British took over, they knew they had to clean up the currency mess. Their goal was to turn Hong Kong into a major hub for trade with China, and that required a standardized monetary system. At first, they tried to make British coins the standard, but it didn't really work. The locals were used to silver dollars, not pounds, shillings, and pence. So, the British did something smart. They adapted. In 1863, they authorized the first official coins for Hong Kong, minted in London. These included bronze coins like the mill and the cent, which were designed to look and feel familiar to the people who were used to Chinese cash coins. The real game changer, however, came in 1866. This was the year the British opened a mint right there in Hong Kong and started producing a beautiful silver dollar. This 1866 Hong Kong silver dollar is one of the most famous and sought-after coins in the entire series. It featured a portrait of Queen Victoria on one side and a complex Chinese-style pattern on the other, a perfect symbol of the new reality in Hong Kong. It was a big, heavy coin, made of solid silver, designed to compete directly with the Spanish and Mexican dollars that were still floating around. It was a bold statement that Hong Kong was here to stay. Unfortunately, the Hong Kong Mint was a short-lived experiment. It was expensive to run, and it couldn't produce coins fast enough to push the other foreign silver out of circulation. So, after just 2 years, the mint was closed down in 1868, and the machinery was sold to Japan. This short production window is exactly why the coins minted there, especially the 1866 silver dollar, are so incredibly rare today. Any coin from that 2-year period is a prize for a collector. After that, Hong Kong's coins were once again minted in England, but the foundation had been laid for a unique colonial currency. Over the following decades, Hong Kong's coinage evolved, but it always kept that British connection. The coins featured the portraits of the reigning monarchs. Media Group, sequence of coins featuring portraits of Queen Victoria, Edward VII, George V, and George VI, side-by-side images of coins with different monarchs' portraits a stock or distribute equally. Queen Victoria, then Edward VII, George V, and George VI. Each new portrait marked a new chapter in the history of the British Empire and its most important Asian colony. For collectors, building a set of these coins is like taking a walk through time. You can see the designs change, the metals shift, and the story of Hong Kong unfold, all while under the watchful eye of the British Crown. These coins are physical proof of a unique period in world history. The story of Hong Kong's money took a dark and dramatic turn during World War II. In December 1941, the Japanese Empire invaded and captured the British colony. For nearly 4 years, from 1941 to 1945, Hong Kong was under a brutal military occupation. One of the first things the Japanese did was take control of the money. They declared all the existing Hong Kong currency, including the British colonial coins and banknotes, to be worthless. People who had their life savings in Hong Kong dollars suddenly had nothing. It was a devastating blow to the economy and to the spirit of the people. In place of the Hong Kong dollar, the Japanese introduced their own currency, known as the Japanese military yen. This was essentially just paper money with no real backing. It was a tool of control. The occupiers forced people to use it for all transactions, but its value was constantly falling. As the war went on, the Japanese printed more and more of it, leading to hyperinflation. People needed wheelbarrows full of military yen just to buy a loaf of bread. This economic chaos made life incredibly difficult for the average person, who was already dealing with food shortages and the constant fear of the occupation. During this time, the old Hong Kong coins disappeared from circulation. People hoarded them, hiding them away in secret, hoping that one day the British would return and their money would be valuable again. Many coins were melted down by the Japanese military to be used for war materials, while others were simply lost or buried. This is a huge reason why coins from the pre-war era, especially those from the reign of King George VI, are so scarce and valuable today. They are survivors. Each one that made it through the occupation has a story of survival attached to it, a testament to a time of incredible hardship. When the war finally ended in 1945 and the British returned, the military yen was declared worthless overnight. The Hong Kong dollar was restored as the official currency. But the war had left a permanent scar on the numismatic landscape. The coins that survived the occupation became instant collectibles, tangible reminders of a dark chapter in Hong Kong's history. For a collector, Holding a coin from 1941 is a powerful experience. It's a piece of metal that lived through an invasion, an occupation, and a liberation. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol of resilience in the face of tyranny. After the war, life in Hong Kong slowly returned to normal, and so did its coinage. In 1955, a new series of coins was introduced featuring the portrait of the new monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. For the next 4 decades, her image would be a constant presence on the money in people's pockets. These coins represented a period of incredible growth and prosperity for Hong Kong as it transformed into a global manufacturing and financial giant. The designs were practical and modern, including some interesting shapes, like the unique octagonal $2 coin introduced in 1975, which became an instant classic and a favorite among collectors for its unusual design. The biggest change, however, was yet to come. As the date for the 1997 handover of Hong Kong from Britain to China approached, everyone knew the money would have to change. You couldn't have a city that was part of China using coins with the Queen of England on them. So, in 1993, a new series of coins was designed and introduced to circulate alongside the old Queen Elizabeth II coins. This was a transition period, a way to get people used to the new money. Instead of the Queen's portrait, these new coins featured the bauhinia flower, a beautiful orchid that had become the emblem of Hong Kong. The handover on July 1, 1997, was a momentous event, and it was marked by the official switch to the bauhinia coin series. The old Queen Elizabeth II coins were gradually withdrawn from circulation, but many people kept them as souvenirs of the colonial era. Special commemorative coin sets were also issued to mark the handover itself, and these became instant hot items for collectors around the world. They were a tangible symbol of the one country, two systems principle, representing a new chapter for Hong Kong. The bauhinia flower was a neutral local symbol that represented Hong Kong's unique identity, separate from both mainland China and Britain. Today, the coins of Hong Kong continue to feature the bauhinia flower. Modern issues like the bimetallic $10 coin introduced in 2002 carry on the tradition of innovative design. For collectors, this modern era is just as fascinating as the colonial past. Building a collection that shows the transition from the Queen's portrait to the bauhinia flower is a powerful way to tell the story of the handover. It's a story of political change, cultural identity, and the end of an empire, all told through the small, everyday objects that people carry with them every day. Some coins are more than just rare, they're legendary. They have stories so incredible they sound like something out of a movie. In the world of Chinese and Hong Kong numismatics, one of the biggest legends is the 1928 Mukden Tiger dollar. Now this isn't technically a Hong Kong coin, but its story and value are so immense that it dominates the auctions held there. This coin features a portrait of Chang Tso-lin, a powerful warlord who ruled Manchuria. His nickname was the Mukden Tiger, and the coin was designed to be a symbol of his power. It's an incredibly detailed and artistic piece, but it was never issued because Chang was assassinated before it could be released. Only a handful exist, making it a holy grail for collectors. Another coin that has reached legendary status is the 1866 Hong Kong silver dollar. As we talked about, this was the first dollar coin minted in Hong Kong itself, at the short-lived local mint. It was meant to be the cornerstone of the colony's new monetary system. The coin is a work of art, with a beautiful portrait of a young Queen Victoria and an intricate reverse design. But because the mint closed after only 2 years, very few were made. Finding one in good condition is the dream of every collector of Hong Kong coins. It represents a brief, shining moment of ambition, and the beginning of Hong Kong's journey as a financial center. Then you have coins that tell stories of political intrigue, like the Empress Dowager Fantasy Dollar. This coin, struck around 1908, features the face of Empress Dowager Cixi, one of the most powerful and controversial figures in Chinese history. The thing is, this coin was never official currency. It was likely a fantasy piece, perhaps created by a local mint master in a remote area near Tibet, to be sold to collectors or used as a presentation piece. It blends Chinese portraiture with Tibetan design elements, making it a bizarre and fascinating cultural artifact. It's a window into the chaotic final years of the Qing dynasty. These legendary coins are the superstars of the collecting world. They command huge prices at auction, not just because they are rare, but because they are packed with history. They tell stories of powerful warlords, ambitious empires, and political turmoil. For people in America who are just getting into this field, these are the coins that spark the imagination. They are proof that a small piece of metal can be a key that unlocks an epic story. Owning one is like owning a piece of a legend, a direct connection to a pivotal moment in history that you can actually hold in your hand. You want to see where the real action is in the world of rare coins? Look no further than the auction houses in Hong Kong. In recent years, this city has become the undisputed global capital for high-stakes coin auctions, especially for rare Asian pieces. Every year, major auction houses like Stack's Bowers Galleries and Heritage Auctions hold massive events that attract wealthy collectors and investors from all over the world, including a growing number of Americans. The prices being paid are just staggering, and they keep going up. It's a high-energy, high-stakes game where history can sell for millions of dollars. Just look at the results from the auctions in 2025. They were absolutely mind-blowing. In April, at a Stack's Bowers auction, a single coin, the legendary 1928 Mukden Tiger silver dollar, sold for over $1 million. Think about that, one silver dollar, selling for $1 million. That same month, a rare 1906 gold pattern coin from China fetched over $500,000. These aren't just coins anymore, they're blue-chip investments, like a rare painting or a classic car. The international market has recognized their historical importance and their incredible rarity, and the prices reflect that. The excitement continued throughout the year. The Stack's Bowers and Pontario auction in October 2025 was another landmark event, bringing in over $18 million in total sales. The top lot was a Flying Dragon gold dollar pattern that sold for an incredible $504,000. Other major sales included rare provincial Chinese silver coins selling for $250,000 each. What this shows is a market that is not only strong but getting stronger. American collectors are paying close attention, seeing these auctions as a major opportunity to acquire pieces of history that are appreciating in value at a rapid pace. This auction frenzy is about more than just money. It's a celebration of history. Each time one of these legendary coins goes up on the block, its story is told to a new generation of collectors. The auction catalogs are like history books, filled with research and details that bring these objects to life. For an American who might not be familiar with the finer points of Chinese or Hong Kong history, these auctions are an education. They highlight why a coin featuring a warlord or an empress is so significant, and they create a global stage where these incredible artifacts can finally get the recognition they deserve. So, what is it that makes Hong Kong coins so special? What's the secret sauce that gets collectors from America to Asia so excited? It really comes down to one thing, the unique fusion of East and West. No other currency in the world tells this story quite like Hong Kong's. For over 150 years, the coins were a perfect blend of British and Chinese culture. You had the portrait of a British monarch on one side, a clear symbol of colonial power. But on the other side, you often had Chinese characters and design elements that spoke to the local culture and heritage. This blend creates a visual narrative that is just captivating. Take the 1866 silver dollar for example. It has Queen Victoria, the very symbol of the British Empire, on the front. But the reverse is a complex design with the value written in both English and Chinese, surrounded by a pattern that feels distinctly Asian. This wasn't just a British coin used in a foreign land, it was a new creation, a hybrid that reflected the city's unique position as a bridge between two worlds. This cross-cultural appeal is a huge reason why these coins are so popular with a global audience. They tell a story everyone can connect with. This fusion goes beyond just the designs. It's embedded in the very history of the coins. The British introduced modern, machine-based minting technology to the region, but the currency they created had to function within an ancient Chinese economic sphere that was based on the weight and purity of silver. So the coins had to be both technologically advanced and culturally acceptable. This push and pull between Western industrial methods and Eastern economic traditions is a fascinating story, and the coins are the primary evidence of that historical drama. They are artifacts of globalization long before that word was even common. For American collectors, this East meets West dynamic is particularly compelling. It represents a history that is both exotic and familiar. The connection to the British Empire is a part of Western history that many Americans know, but the Chinese elements open a door to a rich and ancient culture. Collecting Hong Kong coins is like taking a journey to a place where these two massive civilizations met, clashed, and ultimately created something entirely new. Each coin is a miniature monument to that process, a small piece of art and history that captures the unique spirit of Hong Kong, a city that has always thrived at the crossroads of the world. In the world of numismatics, geography is everything. For a long time, the centers of the coin-collecting world were cities like London, New York, and Zurich. That's where the big auctions happened, and that's where the most important deals were made. But in the 21st century, the map has been redrawn. Today, on December 29, 2025, there is no doubt that Hong Kong has become the premier global hub for the rare coin market, especially for Asian coins. Its strategic location, its status as a financial powerhouse, and its deep historical connection to the coins being sold have created the perfect storm for a market boom. The rise of Hong Kong as a numismatic center has been driven by the incredible growth of wealth in Asia and a surging interest in history and heritage. Collectors from mainland China and across the region are eager to reclaim pieces of their own history, and they have the financial power to do so. This has fueled record-breaking prices and brought a huge amount of energy to the market. But it's not just an Asian story. The boom has attracted collectors and dealers from the United States and Europe, who travel to Hong Kong for the major auctions, knowing that this is where the rarest and most important pieces will be sold. To connect with this global excitement, auction houses are even bringing the thrill of the hunt back to America. For example, Stack's Bowers Galleries recently launched a rare coin treasure hunt in 4 American cities in October 2025, sparking public interest in the hobby. This kind of event shows how the passion generated in the Hong Kong market is spilling over and creating new collectors worldwide. It mirrors the very essence of collecting, the excitement of discovery and the connection to history that makes the Hong Kong auctions so electrifying. It's about making history accessible and exciting for everyone. Ultimately, Hong Kong's position at the center of the coin world is a testament to its own incredible story. A city that started as a trading post, using a jumble of foreign currencies, now hosts auctions where single coins from its past sell for millions of dollars. It has come full circle. For anyone interested in history, art, or investing, the world of Hong Kong coins offers an incredible journey. It's a story of empire, war, culture, and identity, told through these beautiful and resilient little pieces of metal. And as the auction hammers continue to fall in Hong Kong, that story is being told louder than ever before.